Toastmaster Harsha Abeykoon will be doing his Dynamic Leadership Pathways Level 1 Project 3, which is Researching and Presenting. His speech time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. And the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research and methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. So, today, Toastmaster Harsha will be giving a speech on any topic he has researched. Toastmaster Harsha Abeykoon, stress, Toastmaster Harsha Abeykoon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruanti. What do you feel when you see the word stress? I think apparently it should be the word stress, because almost all of us are working in a competitive environment. So we always encounter with the work stress. So work stress is inevitable for us. But I'm not going to talk about the work stress today. I'm going to talk about some other kind of stress, which is called the stress on natural resources. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guest. Earth is our only habitat. Only 1/3 of the Earth's land is usable for humans and as well as for other millions of species. We as the human beings or living species living on this Earth, we encounter four main problems with our resources: the overcrowding, the poverty, environmental pollution, and resource depletion. The Earth's population, the human population, was around 1 billion in 1800, but now it surpassed more than 7 billion. The poverty level of the Earth is also growing rapidly, as such that almost only 14% of the people are enjoying more than 70% of the Earth's resources. The environmental and health impacts are arising day by day as a result of environmental pollution. The pollution is in a great extent, as such, it is threatening the human beings and all the living species to extinct from this globe forever. Talking about the resources, we have a lot of natural resources on this Earth: water, trees, air, soil, minerals, etc. But the resources are depleting in a very rapid speed because of the change in lifestyle or the overconsumption. And also the resource wastage is at an alarming rate in present day society. Just to give you an idea about the waste, we waste around 30% of the annual production of paddy, and in addition we waste around 30% of the vegetable production, 40% of fish production, and more than 50% of the fruit production annually. In addition, around 93% of the materials we use for the productions are not evident at the final stage. For example, the cotton trouser or the blouse you are wearing. And around 80% of the materials are used only once after their use. For example, the A4 papers, other kind of wrapping materials, etc. So the scientists have introduced a mathematical tool to assess this wastage or the stress we place on the environmental resources, to get an idea how much we stress on these resources. That is the ecological footprint. Ecological footprint has different components like water footprint, carbon footprint, etc. But it mainly depends on the lifestyle and the urbanization. High the urbanization, the ecological footprint is high. If you take some cities or countries, the ecological footprint is very much bigger than the actual area they occupy. For example, if you take the city of London, their ecological footprint is 120 times bigger than their actual physical size. Just to give you an idea about the ecological footprint of certain commodities that we encounter in our life, if you talk about the water footprint, a cup of coffee may have more than 140 liters of water footprint, and likewise. And if you take the 1 kilogram of beef, it has more than 15,000 of liters of water footprint. So you can understand the gravity of this situation. In addition to the footprint concept, scientists have introduced another interesting concept called ecological depth day, or the Earth Overshoot Day. Ecological depth day is a date in a certain year, in every year, where the demand of the humans for natural resources exceed in that particular year, exceed the limit that the earth can regenerate for that year. In such a way, they have calculated the overshoot day for every year, and it was started in 1980s. In 1980s, when it was calculated first, the ecological depth day was somewhere in December, but it was advanced to November in 1990s, and in 2007 it was further advanced to October. And you know that in last year, in 2019, the ecological depth day was July. That means after the July, we are data for the next year. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine how, if we continue this pace of resource exploitation, where we are heading? In 2050, we might need 2 planets of Earth to satisfy our appetite for resources. And in 2100, we might need 3 planets, 4 planets to satisfy our requirements. And even at present day situation, if the entire world is living like the North Americans, we need at least 3 planets of Earth to satisfy our requirement. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind to change your organizational culture from wasteful culture to wasteless culture. Otherwise, we are facing a big problem in future, because our quality of life is not totally driven by the economic success, but it depends on the environment we live as well. Once, when the Mahatma Gandhi was asked at that time, as he would like to give the same living standard as the British was experiencing at that time for the whole Indians of 1 billion of population. Do you know what his answer was? Britain took half the Earth's resources to achieve that prosperity level. So a country like India, with billions of population, how many planets are required? Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster.